A new form of subjectivity is emerging today that I find fascinating. The subjectivity whose most visible effect are video games. Don't underestimate video games. I think that first we have 20th century cinema. Now we are in an era of maybe TV series as typical. Maybe I claim next decades will be of video games. Are you aware how important they are? Are you aware that already for 3 years, video games turn around more money worldwide than cinema and TV series combined? What interests me here is how they affect our sense of subjectivity. If you played them, I didn't, I'm too stupid, you have to press fast, but my son does and I observed him often. This new form of subjectivity is something very interesting. It's an undead subjectivity. A subject which is open to the unending cycle of dying, resurfacing, and so on and so on. Just think about cartoons. You remember Tom and Jerry and those. It's the same magic universe. You remember, like Tom or Jerry, cat mice, it's run over by a truck, flattened, cut into pieces. No problem. In the next scene, it's again here. You can begin again and again. You know who was the author of this? The first who articulated this fantasy? As far as I know, it was Marquis de Sade. This is how victims like Juliette in his novels function. They are endlessly tortured in multiple ways, but magically they survive their ordeal, and in the next chapter they return fresh and so on. So my point is that this also explains another aspect of video games, of our civilization, which is, and it's a very important phenomenon, I claim. I don't have time to develop it, how it began with Kant. Kant's Kantian, Immanuel Kant. Idealism opened up the space for it. Something which we call today undeadness. You know, all these phenomena, I call it obscene immortality. All these figures of persons whose tragedy is not that they die, but that they cannot die. They always return. Vampires, undead, and so on. To amuse you with an important philosophical reflection, let's risk a little bit of philosophy. You know why Kant, Immanuel Kant, opened up the space for it? It's a very simple element, but crucial. In his theory of judgment, Kant distinguishes 3 types of judgment: positive, affirmative judgment, negative judgment, and infinite judgment. In a positive judgment, you assert a predicate. In a negative judgment, you deny a predicate. But in what Kant calls infinite judgment, you don't deny a predicate, but you assert a non-predicate. Now you will say bullshit, it's the same. It's not, I will prove it to you. And I refer here to your knowledge of Stephen King and all those authors. Let's say he is dead. No ambiguity here, he is dead. You assert a predicate. Let's negate the predicate. He isn't dead. It means he's alive, no problem. But let's not negate the predicate, let's assert a non-predicate. Instead of saying he isn't dead, let's say he is undead. Undead means something different. It doesn't mean he is alive. It means he is alive as dead. He is a living dead. This third space is open, which is precisely the space of evil ghosts, zombies which haunt you, and so on. It's the space of something that I like to call obscene immortality. We have this good ethical immortality. In your works, you will live forever, goodness cannot die. But we tend to forget that we also have this obscene immortality, like that of zombies and so on, where evil persists beyond life and death.